Hi, I'm Peter Norvig. I'm a researcher at Google and a fellow at Stanford's Human-Centered AI Institute. One, it's always good to come back to Boston because I grew up here. Two, it's good to see old colleagues from Northeastern that I've known through the years. And three, I wanted to see this broader range of people, right? So we get to come here, you see first participants from lots of different industries who have important roles trying to implement AI, and also people from different backgrounds, philosophers and sociologists and so on, and sort of a broader range than I usually see in the normal tech-focused conferences. I think if you think about a problem in one way, you get stuck. And you come up with this stereotypical solution, and maybe engineers are more prone to getting stuck than most people. But if you bring in a broader range, you look at all the different problems that different types of users will have. You look at the types of solutions there might be. You look at the types of biases or unfairness. And when that all gets revealed by conversations among a larger, more diverse group of people, then you can come up with better solutions. So my talk was on human-centered AI, in part because that's the institute I come from, and part because I think that's an important way of looking at the field. And maybe I'm as guilty as anybody by putting out there all this material and code that's really focused on a very technical approach of here's an algorithm, here's how you optimize it, we're going to run it on this data set. And so I wanted to step back and say, what if we focus not internally on what's the algorithm and what's our score on this metric, but focus in a broader way of what's our impact on people, and are we helping people, and are we not harming them? Because that's what it's really all about. And if you don't take that as an important focus, you run the risk of missing that target. I think there's two good reasons to have institutes like experiential AI. One is the traditional department structure of universities is too confining, and you want to bring together people from different departments and have them work together, and EAI does a good job of that. And secondly, EAI, and I think Northeastern in general, does a good job of saying, our job is not just to be an ivory tower. Our job is to have an impact on the world in measurable ways, and not just how many publications do I have or how many patents I have, but can we identify a problem and can we help solve it? And that can be done either internally, just from the people at Northeastern come up with a project, but often it's done by partnering with existing businesses. So a couple things will determine that. I do think that most of the benefit will be in these more industry-specific or application-specific uses, because you'll want to do one of these things, and you need to know that kind of stuff. And I've heard various pundits say things like data is the new oil. And that never resonated with me because, yes, data is important, but oil is completely fungible. I don't care if it comes from Saudi Arabia or Norway or Alaska. I can use it to do the same thing. But data is not, right? If I have a medical application, I need medical data, and this other kind of data is not going to help. So I think that's where most of it goes. But as a base, we were talking about how important it is to be able to communicate with humans. So you want any system, whether it's focused on medicine or anything else, to be able to do that level of communication. It's got to know English or Spanish or whatever language you want to talk in. And so that might come from a provider. There won't necessarily be one. There could be, half a dozen of them, or there could be many dozens of them. And so you'll have that base level, and then you'll build your application specific on top of it. I think conference is going great. I enjoy both meeting old friends and being introduced to new people across a wide variety of industries and backgrounds. And that makes it fun to be here.